Did you know you can make burger buns out of cottage cheese? Well, stick around and I'll show you how. Hey guys, I'm Myra from Low Carb Love, and today we are making low carb burger buns that are high protein, low in carbs, and super delicious. These are gonna be perfect for barbecuing, for your burgers, and of course for this summer. Now you're probably wondering, like, what ingredients, how is this gonna be low carb, and how in the world are we making burger buns out of cottage cheese, right? So I've already tested this recipe with a loaf, guys, fire. Turned out so amazing, made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, the whole shebang. And that video, I will leave it linked in the description below so you guys can go make a loaf. But today, we are making these into burger buns. So the ingredients are very simple. We have full fat cottage cheese. This is egg white powder, which again, I will leave linked in the description below. We have some water and then a little honey. So they're not gonna be sweet. This is really just to like balance out all the flavors. And we have some sesame seeds because burger buns usually have sesame seeds. So what we're gonna get started with is mixing up our egg whites. So the egg whites, this is probably the longest part of the entire process of making these, but guys, trust me when I tell you it is worth it, okay? So I'm gonna use my stand mixer just to make my life easier. I usually don't try to bring this baby out because it's so heavy, but if you have a hand mixer, you can use that as well. It's just gonna take a while because you need these to be as stiff and as fluffy as possible. Egg whites can give you a stiff peak probably at like 2-ish minutes. No. These are gonna whip for like at least 5. So I'm gonna show you what they should look like just so that when you're making them at home, you know exactly what you're looking for, okay? So let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, so we're just gonna toss in our egg white powder and our water. We're gonna start off medium just so that it kind of like blends, and then we'll move it to a higher speed. Okay, so this is what our egg whites should look like. Super, super fluffy. These little babies are not gonna fall out. This is exactly what you're looking for. For our next step, we're gonna blend our cottage cheese. I'm just gonna use a little mini blender. You want this to be a super creamy consistency, okay? So let's go ahead and just toss in our cottage cheese. You don't have to throw anything in there. You don't need any additional liquid. Okay, so we are gonna go ahead and blend this. All right guys, so before we blend our cottage cheese, I wanna take a minute to give Haya a special thank you for sponsoring this part of the video. Now, Haya is a kid's multivitamin. I've been using it for my daughter for years. It's made with 15 essential vitamins and minerals, 12 fruits and veggies. They take all of that and they make a daily chewable for kids. A lot of the kids' vitamins out there are loaded with sugar. They're basically like candy in disguise. But Haya is 0 sugar. It's actually sweetened with monk fruit. It's non-GMO, vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free, and the best part of it all is that they taste delicious. Now, Haya vitamins were actually formulated by pediatricians and nutritionists. Now, another thing that I absolutely love is everything that comes inside the package. It's so cute for kids. So it comes with a little container, and then separately it has your vitamins and all their stickers. So they can actually decorate it. They decorate their little container the way they want. They can put their name on there, little hearts and stickers. Anyway, I think it's really, really cute for kiddos to actually decorate their own vitamins, and then they get excited about taking them every day. Right now, Haya is offering you 50% off your first order using Low Carb Love at checkout. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that link in the description below. Now let's go ahead and blend our cottage cheese. All right, guys, I just realized I forgot to add the honey. So let's just add it really quickly. We're gonna add it right in. This is a sugar-free honey. I'll leave it linked in the description below. This is the honey I use for pretty much all my recipes, or even for like yogurts, things like that. Let's see. Perfect. So it's nice and creamy. That is exactly what you're looking for. What we're gonna do now is just fold this right into our egg whites. what you want to do here is keep as much of the height as possible. Like you want as much airiness in the egg whites as possible. So if you mix it, it will just go flat, or at least more than if you fold. Okay, let's go ahead and pour that in. We're gonna get every last bit of it. So I got a bigger spatula just to help me, because you wanna get from the bottom and then fold up. Bottom and then fold up. Okay. All right, so now we are moving on to the next step. So this is where we are going to form our buns, okay? Okay, so now we have our baking sheet, lined it with some parchment, and we have a ice cream scooper. So this is a bigger the large. So this usually comes in 3 sizes. I'm using the big one because we want like normal size buns. So we're just gonna go ahead and scoop. And then okay. Now for the buns, you can either make them thin just like this and then use 2 pieces of bread, or you can do a double scoop on top. Okay, so we can try to do a double scoop on top, and then you can cut it in half once they're done. So, okay, so we have our burger buns done. Now top it with a little bit of sesame seeds. I'm topping it with sesame seeds, but you can top it with everything but the bagel seasoning, or just leave it completely as is. All right, guys, so our buns are nice, fluffy, topped in with some sesame seeds. Now, make sure that your oven is preheated to 350 degrees. Again, you don't want to go through all this and then you need to wait for your oven to preheat. Guys, I cannot wait to show you what these look like when they're done. You're gonna be mind blown. So while our buns are in the oven, I'm gonna do the question of the day. Now, the question for today is, how did you and Val meet? So for those of you that don't know, Val is my right-hand girl here at Low Carb Love. She used to work for one of my favorite cookie companies. But unfortunately, when that company went out of business, a friend of mine told me that Val was out in the market looking for work, and then I hired her here at Low Carb Love. And we've been working together for almost 4 years, and guys, I seriously don't know what I'd do without her. All right, so now there's the question of the day. Let's go check on our buns. All right, guys, so our burger buns are all done. They turned out so perfect. Now, as you were able to see, when they first come out, they are really big and fluffy, and then they do flatten out a little bit, just like this. So you can either cut this one, you know, just kind of slice all the way across, or you can still use 2 of these to make your buns. But this video is here to show you how to make burger buns that are low carb, high in protein, and still taste just as delicious. Guys, I cannot wait for you guys to make these. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the recipe in the description below. If you guys like this video and this idea, make sure you hit that like button, and don't forget to share my channel with your friends and family that are living a low carb lifestyle, or just trying to make healthier choices in their foods. Guys, thanks so much for being here. I love you, and I will see you on my next video. Mwah.